What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we have another package here sent to me by Knife Standards. This one's coming into me via the Lefty EDC knife pass around. So shout out to Lefty, Kevin Johnson. If you're not already subscribed to his channel, this will be a great time to do so. He also makes awesome EDC and knife content as well. This one we won't need to cut into, but what's in my pocket today, we have the Tuya Wrath. I recently unboxed this knife in the channel. This thing is just beautiful, gorgeous, frag pattern titanium with the front flipper, thumb deployment, reverse flick options. We have S90V on the blade, dual ground. Oof, just an overall sexy knife. Definitely got to check out that unboxing if you haven't already, but that is what's in the pocket. We don't need to make any cuts on this one because it would open pretty easily. Also keep in mind that there will be links in the description for this knife and any other knife that you see in this video. So if you want to check them out and learn more, there will be linked down there. And whoa, all right, we have, how many knives do we have here? I don't know. We're about to find out. So this one's coming in a little package here. Oh yes. We have a knife here from Takcom. We recently checked out the Takcom Chimera, and after mispronouncing it for like 20 bajillion times, I finally learned how it's pronounced. So we're checking out another Takcom knife. Excited for that. We have one from Best Tech. That's going to be interesting. And we have Takcom little sticker right there. And we have another, I can just, there we go. I got Lefty EDC. Again, check out his channel if you haven't already. Check out Knife Standards channel also if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe to both. Yeah, some awesome cool stickers here from Knife Standards. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Thank you very much. Another Lefty sticker. Ooh, we got all kinds of stuff right here. All right. Getting all kinds of Lefty EDC stickers flying in. Kev, I appreciate that. The Circle of Knife. How about that? I love that. If you get the reference from, I won't tell you. If you know the reference, you're a cool guy. Or girl, right? I tell you, about 99%, according to my statistics, 99% of the people watching my channel, males, right? It's a sausage fest over here. Honestly, all guys. I don't think women are that interested on the EDC and knife content. I wonder why. But I got a little bit of a note here. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. Boom. All right, well, I think first what we'll do is we'll go ahead and check out the Takcom knife first, and then we'll do the Best Tech. Probably for SEO purposes, I'll break it into two different videos. So you guys know about 30% of my views come from search. So having specific videos for specific knives really helps a small channel like mine, you know, get out there, get discovered, if you will. So on this one, we're gonna be checking out the Takcom knife. And it comes in a very sturdy plastic case here, just like the other one that we looked at. By the way, check out the review and the unboxing on the Chimera, another knife from Takcom, an OTF knife. And this one, man oh man, oof. This is another OTF of theirs right off the bat. All right, let's see. Let me get this box out of the way here because I want to make sure I do the knife justice. Holy smokes, check this thing out. Believe the model name on this one is the Grunt. I can definitely pronounce that, right? A little easier to pronounce. So the Grunt, this is a much thicker, beefier out the front knife than the Chimera for sure. Aluminum handles here. I love somewhat of the frag pattern going on here, but then lines going on right here. That looks really nice. Some good contouring here for the hand. That also looks very good. A deep pocket carry clip, which is reversible on the other side. Right, got to give him props for that. That's executed very, very well. And something that's interesting too, you have a seatbelt cutter right here. Right, you don't see that all that often. Most OTS have a glass breaker. I'm surprised this one didn't have it. The Chimera had it. So instead of doing the glass breaker, on this one, they probably figure you probably need to get out of your seatbelt and then worry about breaking the glass. But no, I'm just joking. But, you know, it's very interesting, right? So for a lot of people that complain about, you know, why do I have a glass breaker if I'm not going to use it, yada, 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 yada. Well, this one offers a different functionality, and that is a sharp one edge one side grind sort of seatbelt cutter right here in the back, so that's good. And then we have their very nice and jimped button here for the OTF. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's see what this blade looks like. Here we go. Oh, that thing fires with the recoil. Holy smoke, just do a quick acoustics check here, shall we? Here we go. I love the sound on Takcom's OTS. Feel like they fire with a mean attitude, the good recoil, solid firing action. Let's go ahead and give this M390 a nice little wiperoo, shall we? All right, so we have M390 stonewash finish going on here on this bad boy. We do have a fuller going on both ends. All right, pretty nice and wide fuller. The blade is a drop point. And we do have a flat grind going on up until this line right here. All right, so check that out. Get a feel for the, yeah, that is a nice and sharp edge right there. Okay, holy smoke. So a little bit of observations right off the bat. Some people might say, well, the blade to handle ratio is a little bit off. You have a lot of blade here, very little, lots of handle here, very little blade, but keep in mind the blade is going to tuck in about this much, and then you have this additional space or room back here for that seatbelt cutter. On top of that, you have your lanyard hole back there as well for the 3 or 4 lanyard hole people in the world. But that's what's making the ratio a little bit off, right? You see a lot of handle, you see very little blade, but that's the reason why. So probably the blade comes up to about this much. You know, it might throw you off a little bit, but once you realize what's happening, then you're gonna be just fine. I feel like this knife does really good for folks with all kinds of hand sizes. I have medium hands, not the biggest, not the smallest. And as you can see, I can get a good grip on this thing. If you have larger hands, you should be just fine. You do have this little bit of a crease right here, which or pointy section here, which I always say, if you have XL, XXXL hands, you know, your pinky might land in an uncomfortable position, right? Which is something to keep in mind right there. But other than that, honestly, ergonomically, it feels really, really good. The pocket clip, I want to say, even when deploying the knife, I feel like they did a really good job here. The Chimera kind of went up and then went to the right, so it was like a really sharp corner. Right here is nice and round, so definitely that is a good call right there. And it feels, ergonomically speaking, feels really good. Man, I can't get over the sound on this thing. Oof, that thing sounds like a freaking rifle. Holy smokes. Fires with an attitude, I believe. Let's see. What do we have going on as far as details? This is our newest release, the Grunt. The Grunt name came from a customer that won the naming competition. So they're doing some cool things with the community, right? So the name on this knife came from someone from the community. We felt it was the perfect name for this knife because of what we wanted this knife to be. We wanted to make an OTF knife that was comfortable to carry and hold and use. And the Grunt is a little bigger and wider than our typical OTF knives. And that's what I said, right? Because the Chimera was definitely a much slimmer, smaller design. It continues by saying we kept the blade to sheep foot or drop point. Of course, we're checking out the drop point because we felt those have the highest utility and easiest to sharpen. The blades are stonewash, so if you use it and abuse it, it doesn't show as much as satin blades, and that is true. That is, you know, with any stonewash, it does a really good job at hiding away any sort of scratches, you know, used over time. A stonewash is always going to hide those much better than, you know, a typical satin finish. So that's nice. The idea was to design a knife for first responders or military. We thought the knife would be the perfect place on the vest pocket. Okay, it makes sense, right? So first responders or military. Now we understand why we have a seatbelt cutter. Right, as you know, firefighters, first responders, military, a lot of times they're in situations where they might need to get someone out of a car. Maybe the seatbelt is locked. They can unclick the seatbelt open on their own. You might need to cut through it. And this is just a perfect way. By the way, it feels really comfortable with this reverse grip right here too. Like if I had the knife open, right, gonna Friday night gas station grip fighting for your Slurpee if you're Kevin, right? This grip right here. And so if you needed to cut a seatbelt right there, boom, that feels really natural to do. And now it makes a lot more sense, right? So knife that was designed for first responders and military. The operator can grab it easily and deploy it with one hand. There's absolutely no doubt. The jimping here really helps with the grip very, very well. It's nice and big. These were the design thoughts behind the Grunt. Let's see, we have aluminum alloy, right? Yeah, this is definitely aluminum, and that's what they had going on the Chimera as well. Manufacturer here is Bestech, and honestly, Bestech knives are some of the, you know, better construction, better made knives out there. Bestech does a really, really good job. And again, spoiler alert, the other Bestech we're gonna check out, that's going to be an interesting one. So definitely got to check that one out. M390, we have 4.4 ounces. The hardness on the M390 is 59 to 60, which is pretty decent. All right, sincerely, Shane. All right, and website is Takcom.com. I'm not affiliated with them, but I will be linking them down below. They don't have an affiliate program now, but they may in the future. So honestly, I just really like their knife. So far, I've checked out the two models. The Chimera is very futuristic looking, very slim. That one has a one cliff or a dagger blade. Again, this one you can get on a sheep's foot or the drop point version, which is the one that we have here. Firing action is money every single time. So let's do a quick size comparison here. The PM2, the Para 3 right here. All right, it's gonna be longer than the PM2 for sure, right? And obviously longer than the Para 3. Here's the Demko AD 20.5 on the shark's foot blade. Here's the Shark Cub on the slicer blade and aluminum handles. These are titanium handles. Obviously, these are more medium knives. The Grunt is gonna be a large knife indeed. There's absolutely no doubt about that, and you can clearly see that right there on the knife comparison. How does it stack next to the Rat Model 1? Now that's the question. So you know the Rat Model 1 has been one of the largest knives here in the channel for the longest time, and you'll be surprised. Look at that. It's actually a hair longer than the Rat Model 1. Clearly, obviously, longer than the Rat Model 2. The smaller brother right here. And last but not least, here is the CJRB Pyrite Alt with a one cliff blade, button lock, and the crossbar Vosteed Raccoon with a drop point blade. And of course the Grunt is going to be a little bit larger. I want to say as far as cutting edge though, what's interesting here is cutting edge is a tad bit more, but you see, you know, this obviously, let me kind of get it here in frame. So about a little bit more cutting edge, not that much more, but obviously a much longer handle. Again, first responders, military in mind when they did the design. So that was probably intentional. Again, you have to accommodate for that belt cutter in the back. Honestly, ooh, this thing feels really good in the hand, nice and wide. You have a lot of real estate here to grip onto. And I'm glad that they milled it in, right? The design here, first of all, I'm a sucker for designs. I like continuous patterns. They did something slightly different here where they did sort of the frag pattern up until this point. Then they did the lines for the rest of it. I feel like that adds character to it, right? Pretty nice. Let's do a quick cutting test on this thing. Let's see how it does. Cutting some paper, cutting some cardboard, right? Nothing too crazy. But here's some of my chicken scratch from earlier videos and reviews. Just some everyday notebook paper. Oof. Okay, right off the bat, it makes some cuts very easily. Let's get a full slice here, shall we? Yes. So what the deal here is, as long as you start with a good clean cut, that's going to carry through all the way. All right, check that out. And keep in mind, this is not even the edge that it comes out of the box with. You know, this is definitely seen some use throughout all the other YouTubers that have checked it out before me. So still holding a pretty good edge. Let's see how it does with cardboard. And I got some everyday cardboard here, some diaper box cardboard, single wall. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular like this, but at an angle, and it will look something like this. All right. Oof, really slicey for the military and first responders. or just for your day-to-day tasks, right? If OTS are legal where you live, this is going to be a very functional and, you know, pretty good OTF to consider. OTF is short for out the front knives, right? That describes the blade coming out of the front of the knife, like that. Most people know that, but in case you're new, I was new not that long ago, so, you know, it's always a learning journey along the way. But go ahead and rate it in the comments, right? How sharp is this guy? How much of an edge it has retained? Let me know in the comments. So there you have it, guys. That is the Grunt, the Takcom Knives Grunt OTF knife with a seatbelt cutter in the back, designed for the military and first responders. Making a great impression so far as I'm unboxing it. Obviously, you guys know the drill. I'm going to be carrying this knife for quite some time here, so I can come back with a comprehensive review, share with you everything you need to know, the good, the bad, the ugly, if you're considering purchasing this knife. I'm not entirely sure on the price. Again, this guy is linked down below if you want to check it out. Check the price, check details and things like that. You'll see a link in the description for this knife. All the other knives that you saw in this video are also linked down there, so if you want to check those out. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Let me know what you guys want to know about this knife. What kind of questions do you have? What do you want to know as far as anything, questions, concerns, anything that you want me to consider during the review on this knife? Let me know down in the comments, guys. If you made it to the very end, you made it to this point, you guys are the real MVPs. I really love you all. Thank you for all your love and support. I really appreciate that. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. It really helps this video reach a larger audience. If you aren't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel, and I promise you it'll be worth coming back for more. I make knife content like this on a daily basis. Lastly, if you want to support the channel a step farther, there's a link for Patreon down in the description, or you can simply support the channel by becoming a member right here on YouTube. You'll have access to exclusive perks. By the way, check out the unboxing on the Tuya Wrath. This thing is a wonderful premium EDC knife, so definitely got to check it out. I did the unboxing on this guy not that long ago. I'm going to be putting a card for the unboxing right here if you guys want to check that video next. That being said, guys, thank you for all your love and support. I appreciate you guys checking out the videos, commenting and everything. It really means a lot to me. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.